At 6:33, the response to the Potomac sewage crisis is back in focus today. Leaders from across the DMV say they're meeting as scientists uncover new water contamination tied to the Potomac Interceptor collapse.
Now, they say there are still signs of fecal contamination in the area. It's a story that we've been following since the very beginning, and our Jess Arnold live along the Georgetown waterfront with the story. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, now all eyes are going to be here on the Potomac River today as the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments meets this afternoon to talk about how the region has been cooperating since that spill back in January. Now, specifically, they said they're going to be zeroing in on, again, regional cooperation with information sharing and messaging, funding for all of these repairs, as well as water quality sampling. Now, this comes a day after the Potomac Riverkeeper Network released a report saying that they have documented fecal matter contamination still in the waterways.
DC Water has continued to make false and misleading statements throughout this entire process, and this is just one of them. That basically David Gaddis has testified no sewage is going to the Potomac. That's not true, and we're concerned that the remediation plan is going to be affected by that misinformation.
Now, David Gaddis, who he mentioned, is the CEO of DC Water. The Riverkeeper Network says the stream that flows under Lock 11, where all the sewage is being contained, is leaking sewage into the stream. Now, specifically, they say over a 2-week period, they collected samples at 4 locations from water flowing through a culvert beneath the C&O Canal and documented fecal matter there. DC Water says they're not ruling out the possibility of a leak.
We're investigating, and even from the very beginning when the bypass system was implemented, we have said that drainage channel where the wastewater flowed, that there is contaminated soil there. That's why we're doing the environmental rehabilitation.
Now, good news coming out of that report is that the Riverkeeper Network says that the E. coli bacteria levels they have been sampling have been steadily decreasing upstream of that culvert. Now, other good news from DC Water, they said that they are on track to complete those repairs potentially by the end of the week. They anticipate sharing some good news in the next few days, so we'll see what that good news is, guys.
Boy, we could use a little bit of good news in regard to the Potomac. Thank you so much, Jess. We'll see you soon.